Have you ever seen a pro player be so good with a character that whenever anyone else plays it, it just makes you think of that one player? I know I have, and so today we're going to look at every agent in Valorant from release until now to find the most iconic players on each one, starting with the OG, Brimstone. There's a lot of great smokes players you could pick for him, but the player who comes to mind for me is Mako. He's Korea's legendary controller player who consistently produces highlight moments with his calm aim.
By being taken, that's off the Prowler and stunned up. Mako, you absolute demon!
He's been on DRX since the beginning of the game, bringing them to top 6 finishes at almost every international event, and that experience definitely translates to his excellent performance in high pressure moments.
Barely eats any damage. Comes away with that kill. Bounces out of hookah, Mako gets to deal with him, and Mako! Comes up with three, looks for the fourth. But now he's on his lonesome. He's got the orbital strike, however. The tap on the spike, Jing able to avoid it. Another smoke sent his way. Jing, belly of Mako! Finds the 4K! Needing the ace. Here's the tap. The push forward, and Mako delivers!
Next up is Phoenix, and for him we're going to call back to the start of the VCT, when Sick was playing for Sentinels. This early Sentinels team dominated everyone at the beginning of the game, and Sick's Phoenix gameplay was a big reason for that.
Considered, but not used yet. Now, Flash goes in, Sick makes the push, he finds one, fights. Oh!
I still remember that every time Sentinels picked Haven, we would get the treat of watching Tenz's Jet and Sick's Phoenix just destroying everyone. And even though he's not playing at the top level anymore, his Phoenix gameplay is still some of the best we've ever seen in the VCT.
Well, he's actually concealed by that gate, and he swings on over. 4 kills, 5 kills.
Sage isn't actually used a whole lot in Pro Valorant compared to other agents, so it's not that easy to find a pro player known for playing her well. But there is one player whose name comes up anytime Sage gets mentioned, and it's not for a good reason.
Leo's playing to get walled up. No, he doesn't actually go for the wall. Artist made a misclicked. There's a slow on top. Artist!
He's pushing right into him!
Wait, what just happened?
With 10 seconds left, I don't know that Energy are going to be able to get out.
He just had a meltdown.
Alfier still here! And Alfier gets 2, Chronicle gets the last, and that's series point for Fnatic.
Artist just had a mental breakdown on stage. The Sage wall comes out, and then the self-slow as well. What is that wall?
This self-sabotage clip became iconic for all the wrong reasons, but it has inexplicably tied Artist to Sage. But if you want a player who actually can play this agent really well, then Jorgamo showed us a pretty sick battle Sage on Icebox.
Able to fight back in, now an ult coming in. Jorgamo up top, just dunking on his former teammate. There it is, get another! 30 seconds what the hell is he doing? This guy's playing a different game.
And it's all on John. The first fight goes his way. 4 kills in the round. Down to 5 seconds, and John through the wall gets the ace.
If you're enjoying the video so far or have seen my stuff before, please do consider subscribing. It's completely free, but it helps me out a ton. And I've got a documentary about Masters Bangkok coming up, which you won't want to miss. Sova is another classic Valorant agent, and much more important to pro play than Sage ever was. We've seen quite a few standout Sova players through the years, but Com is arguably the most iconic one of them all. His playstyle on Sova is pretty unique. He's known for his flanking, and seemingly always finding a way to end up behind the enemies.
He's gonna play this out patiently. He wants to spot them both. Can he make the transition? Yes, he can!
His clutch power during EG's winning run at Champs 2023 was off the charts.
Expected, it is played once more, all the way to perfection! Com just does not lose clutches!
And somehow, he never misses a Sova ult.
And now Com in the back of spawn. Hunter's Fury from the back. Pings 3! Lands 2! And gets a 3rd kill! Hat-trick!
But if we're talking about ratty players, there's only one player who tops that list. The only player to take the crown for 2 agents in this video, Nats. First of all, Nats' Viper play during 2021 on Gambit completely defined the lurking playstyle.
An advantage as well, Nats creeping through that Viper's pit, and he's walked right by Mixwell! Instead, it just comes out to this moment, and they've seen it, but he's still manages to come out with 3! Ridiculous from Mixwell, leaving just Nats. He thought he'd given his team a free pass in towards the A site. Instead, he sent them to their death. We thought Nats had snuck by Mixwell. It turns out it was the other way around. Nats now having to clutch this one out. No idea where Mixwell is, and the snake bite not quite clearing the angle. He's about to run to site, reloading, and Mixwell completely whiffs. Nats actually notches it out.
He constantly managed to worm his way into unbelievable positions, confusing not just the enemies, but also everyone watching.
How? No, but how? How is he there? How is he there? I don't understand. How does he manage to do that? And he's gonna get the kill on Mixos. What is this man doing?
That match ended 13-0, by the way. His very own Viper setups became the meta on maps like Bind and are still used by pro teams today, and he can completely take over maps when he feels like it. And I'm talking in the present tense, because he's still doing it 4 years later, now on Team Liquid. Just look at how he destroyed Sentinels at Masters Bangkok.
You can't lose this to Nats. But he is the definition of a ratty player. He defined it, man. Made it popular. No coverage inside! Nats! God damn! No access to the A site! No access at all!
But Nats isn't just a demon on Viper. His lurking playstyle also translates perfectly to Cypher. You don't want to walk into a Nats site while he's still alive. His perfect setups and sneaky movement can take down an entire team.
Madness on the site itself. Plant is not secure. Nats is still here. He's been left with this site. He's in control of it again. It doesn't matter the number or the odds. He's always good for it. Nats is outstanding at his job.
Give the man a raise!
And of course, players like Nats are always going to be clutch demons.
Good anchor smoke as well for him to play around, but Nats is fully aware of this one with the shorty. Yep, skipping a hop. Straight into his face. Still, only 2 players left alive now, and Team Liquid have got a lot to do. They're up left again. Revealing positions. But everybody dropping! And speaking of dropping, Nats with a perfect lineup! The damage done!
But okay, no more Nats glazing. Let's move on to the next agent, Reyna. Reyna is more of a ranked agent than anything else, but she's been played a decent amount in pro matches. Something from PaperX stands out as one of the players most willing to pick her, and he's made it work really well with the team's chaotic style.
Something is going to be noted, and he just swings out the takedown. Mr. Fall, and the blind is still through there on Amaj as well. Knows that they're going to be going in against the lighter buy, and now he's got himself a third. He's looking for the fourth, and something is on for the ace. Dismisses forward. He's on the hunt. He's looking for him. Kiwi tucked into the corner. Can he shut it down? Can he deny it away? No, he cannot!
You need someone with insane mechanics to make the most out of Reyna, and something definitely has that.
Disrespecting all the utility, all the presence. Something on the follow-up and the site may be theirs. One stands in their way. Oh my god!
Will force a timeout here. Oh my god. Nah.
Reyna has only been played once this year in VCT so far though, so until someone new comes along and shows her potential, she'll probably just keep being the perfect agent for Smurfs in Ranked. Killjoy has seen many Sentinel players with great aim master her throughout the game's history, but Meteor's incredible game sense as well as his mechanics is what separates him from the rest.
Leaves it just down to Meteor. 1v3 here for our pistol. Can he do it? First obstacle removed. Plenty more where that came from though. Revealed up just on the last few minutes. Reloads off. Turret up. Catches one of the contacts, but Sentinel's not willing to give them too much of a fight here. Sassy's so wide out into the open. 14 HP. Turret still up. Tens us to break this one. The single shot will do it! Meteor!
Meteor won Pacific's first ever trophy with Gen G in 2024, and his sight holds on Killjoy played a large part.
Meteor in a lot of trouble here, under a lot of pressure, but he gets his 2. Oh, he is the one who's the problem!
His aim with the Sheriff in particular is incredible, and since he used to play Duelist, I guess that makes sense.
This could be a big win if it comes through. Nice work from Meteor. 1 bullet left. And nothing being spotted towards the spawn. This means they know where they are. A peek out is perfect, and he goes back with the pistol!
He's now on the Korean super team of T1, and has brought them to top 4 in Masters Bangkok, proving just how important a great Sentinel player is to a winning team. Breach is up next, and Meteor's current teammate is actually the player who takes this spot. Stax made a name for himself in Korea while playing Breach with Vision Strikers.
Now in such a cheeky little spot. Spots Lammy, cuts to the other side of the wall, finds it, gets the third!
Stax has kept up that level over countless seasons of pro play too, still impressing the community with his great utility and crispy aim.
Whoa. Takes out Izu, and that's the call for the execute, but Stax on site. Trained on Telbo. That's a 3 and an ace for Stax. Welcome to T1.
In fact, he even said this during an interview.
I was forced to play Breach a lot, and so now you could say I am Breach himself.
Now onto Omen, and Omen players are usually known for their sharp shooting, high clutch potential, and generally just being the coldest players in the server. So the player I've picked is probably the coldest player in Valorant history. Marved was Optic Smoke's player during 2022, and he was always ice cold in the clutch.
Got Nags who's creeping his way up long. And he falls. Marv's gonna have to do it himself. Does he have a 1v3 in him? Oh my gosh, yes! Yes, he does!
But sometimes he would just take over an entire game and genuinely look like he was playing with wall hacks.
Marv, he's gotten 3. The smoke. Klaus on the tap. Trying to spam through. Oh my gosh, he's gotten it this far. Now Nags is so weak. Oh my gosh, Marv with the ace!
Optic fans will remember his 35 kill game against Zeta Division and his insane performance against DRX at Champions Istanbul.
To him, dashes back away, Cloudburst cutting it up, but still the shots are found. He's given the right angle at the back of the site with a frenzy at play, and at hand, Marved, ripping them apart. The Mako's still alive, and it is just down to Marv's with the Bulldog. 1v1. Anything's possible in the 1v1!
A masterclass performance.
But Jett is probably the most iconic agent in Valorant, and so it's only fitting that one of Valorant's best ever players should fill in this spot. Aspas is widely regarded as the current GOAT of the game, and his seemingly perfect Jett play is a big reason for that.
Out of each other, and with that repeat, Les is finally brought down. It's Aspas though. What can he do? As the side anchor, smoke dropped down, a bit disorientated, but a no-scope! Up close! Jomo trying to punish it, and time is starting to become once more an issue. Dash for his rifle, upgrade, no way!
It doesn't really matter if he's got a rifle, the operator, or jet knives, he always manages to find some insane impact.
Tap, gotta force that pull out. First wave of things, rare whiffage, Aspas up and around! Drafted away, and sky high! Just slicing and dicing!
And that's not to mention his incredible movement. Gira Aspas became a whole meme just from this clip.
Tem que tomar cuidado. 2 contra 1 agora pra ele. O Aspas gira, vai pro lado, vai pro outro. Aspas! Gira, Aspas garante o ponto.
Look, Aspas is just a chill guy who also happens to be the best Jett player in the world. You've got to love him.
There's the first contact. Activating the dash, never afraid to re-peek. There's the second one, goes for the third.
Re-peek?
Almost a wall bang.
He's reloading and he stays!
And the fourth! And gets the ace with a second no-scope!
But up next is probably the most fun agent in the game, Raze, and a pro player who embodies that is definitely Jing.
Jing, ooh, taking some aggressive space, does get that flash to the face. Aftershock to try to clear things out as well, keep him a little bit more protected, but he just swings at an Anthem, gets dropped. Now another Necess falls, the re-peek back, the 4-piece for Jing looking for the ace, and he's got it!
He's Paper X's longtime Raze player, and when you see his satchel movement, it's pretty clear to see why.
Not worried, are they? They're going up against a half-bite. Stunts. No way! Jing, your movement is just impeccable!
If you put him up against any other player on Raze, you simply have to favor him in the 1v1. He might be super wholesome, but his crazy playstyle can completely tear down some of the best teams in the world.
Nearby though is Jing, Showstopper at the ready, looking to catch one, does find him. Spike now, gonna be dropped down onto the ground. Showstopper, and he's saying you've got no time to work with. Sends out the Showstopper, Crashy's gonna be dead, cleans up Finesse, and the round victory is in the hands of Jing!
Skye is an agent that's very support-oriented in pro play, but there are still some players who use her to look incredible themselves. One of those is Kawanzine, the Brazilian prodigy who played his first Tier 1 game when he was just 16 years old.
Such a hard fight to win, but potentially for the map here. Wants to try and find just one of the fights alone. The wider swing, the movement, the shorty, no way!
He's been a bit overshadowed because of his incredible teammates like Aspas and Les, but Kawanzine's robotic aim and perfect initiator utility has meant he's emerged as one of the best Skye players in VCT.
As he finally plants. The Flash gonna get so much info, he's gonna swing around, forget about waiting, he wants to take the fight to their doorstep! And it's the ace for Kawanzine!
Yoru used to be a pretty useless agent at the pro level, not seeing much play at all, but that all changed when Paper X's flex player decided to pick him up in 2022. Forsaken started destroying top teams with the Japanese duelist.
A much tougher task to get a plant down. Durka will at least try and hold on. Look out! He just TP'd right behind! Enzo has fallen for the trickery once again, and no
No one is watching for Forsaken.
Since then, Yoru has become really strong, but Forsaken has maintained his place as one of the most creative players on this tricky agent, and having insane mechanics always helps, obviously.
It doesn't look too good for Paper X. You might think this is an eagle, but it's not. The weaker weapon on Forsaken, good for 2. Maybe more to be found, but nobody low. He's 90 HP, finding another 3 health. 5 for Forsaken.
I think that will forever stay the most iconic Yoru clip. But when you think of Astra, you think of big brain plays, and one of the biggest brains in Pro Valorant is Boaster, who just so happens to also play a lot of Astra. The longtime IGLer fanatic has had some big moments on this agent, like buying an op in overtime to save his team from elimination.
Boaster has an operator in the shower's angle. The boot bot missed him. It's a free shot and a free kill. What a play. What an absurd play to make. Here's Melzano pushing into market, and Boaster's getting forwards. Boaster locks it down. Feel like they've won Fnatic this OT round. I mean, Boaster's just got the Midas touch right now. You want a different look at a Fnatic on her attack rounds? You got it. Boaster gets 4!
And even though he might not always get the most kills in the server, you can often count on him to outthink his opponents in a clutch situation.
For a second or two, allow himself to come out of this, maybe find a fair fight. Spots one, gets him, spotted the second. He knows one's along. He knows where both of these players are. This is very doable. Boaster, the 1v1 now. Down to 46, but a potential. And he's read it. He's read it so damn well!
Although sometimes he might be thinking a bit too hard.
Here now that we're following, trying to find something on the flank. He knows there's someone up here. We've got Boaster meditating.
KO is another heavy support agent in pro play, and has the perfect tools to set up his teammates for quick flash plays. Ethan's KO was a huge part of EG's Champions run in 2023, constantly ready to help Demon 1 or Jorgamo make a play, but of course he could still frag when he needed to.
Also adapt and try and play fluently. He's brought down. 15 seconds. Where's the spike? It's dropped down right there. Nate, close to the corner. Ethan! He's getting away with murder. 10 seconds. To 1v1 and the doors in his face. Obstacles abound. Kawazin, you gotta break it. And Ethan, he's won it out.
He goes for the top.
Unreal. Unreal.
I guess it makes sense that a top CSGO player is the best at the agent with flashes exactly like CSGO, huh? But without a doubt, the single most iconic player-agent combo in all of Valorant is Chamber and Ye. The Chamber meta was the period of Pro Valorant where you saw Chamber in every single match. This suited a player like Ye perfectly, previously a methodical jet player with a great talent for the operator. Optic started to put him on Chamber on more and more maps, and he just began to dominate every opponent.
Oh no! Absolute catastrophe as Ye finds perfect timing with the corner force and annihilates the entire team.
He brought Optic to a Masters win and a second place finish at Champions, and by the end of the year, it was obvious that he was the best player of the season. His Chamber has produced some of the most iconic clips in Valorant to this day, catapulting both him and his signature agent into Pro Valorant legend.
Yay! 始まったか? この武器は危険だ! ヘッドイエーイ! Yay! Yay!
He's never really been able to recapture the magic of 2022 Chamber in the years since, but in a way, that almost cements his status as the Chamber King even more. We won't be forgetting El Diablo's Chamber anytime soon.
Zanuck reloading! What? Zanuck completely unaware, and yay, this 3. He could be on for the ace if he gets the timing right. He knows it, he reads it like a book. Yay is an animal in these moments. Just one more, and it looks so good with Ye doing this.
Neon was another agent who had an entire meta centered around her, this time during Champions 2024, so it's no coincidence that the team who won, Edward Gaming, had one of the best Neon players in the world as their main duelist. Kong might be more well known for his godly operator skills and aura farming interview quotes, but his Neon is more deadly than anyone else's.
He didn't think they'd be that close, but Kong can divide, and Conker looking for a follow-up. He's got it! That's the spike down! 15 seconds! He just needs to live. Can he be the one to secure this? I think he can. 3 in the round, he wants a bit more. He gets every single one of them!
He always steps up in high-pressure games, and at Champs 2024, he completely diffed both Zekken and Miniboot on Neon to dominate the upper bracket and clinch the trophy.
Now another reclear call. It's gang, man! He's barely on any sort of life at all. They've run him down, hunted him down! They want him to get that ace!
His movement, mechanics, and game sense are all top tier, the perfect recipe for a great Neon player. It's quite weird to think that Fade released after Neon, because it took a while for Neon to come into the pro meta, whereas Fade has always been good. And pretty much as soon as she released, Xiao seemed to have instantly mastered her.
Now it's Xiao in the 1v2. Spots one on the back, gotta know that Leo's gotten close. The flash comes in, he's flying, then he's gonna spray in, doesn't get it. Decay gonna be ticking away. Xiao forced back, investing the ult. This could be huge.
Force them off here, they're so paranoid.
And look at the line, Xiao!
If you watched Masters Copenhagen, you'll know he basically couldn't lose a clutch.
The timing. Xiao wants to force it down into the 1v1. At least he doesn't know where Jing is. But now he feels it. He hears it, the utility being used, the positioning's known. Benkai, he will fall! Xiao! Taken down into the 1v1, the showstopper, the trade!
Him and Zagetsu were absolute demons during their winning run at that tournament, and his plays on Fade specifically have stuck with everyone since.
Sublime so far in this map, this tournament, but there's still 2 more to go. First goes, and he's gonna land the shot! Ridiculous from Xiao once again!
Now on to Harbour, who hasn't really been played much during the VCT, but there is one Harbour moment that every Valorant fan will remember.
A 1v1 to see who can take this now to map point. CGRS. The stand-in. He knows he needs to rush this down. He needs to play for the kill. There's not enough time to go for the plan. He's swinging around the corner, and he manages to get it done! Some with a shorty doesn't find him!
The infamous Cove incident is by far and away the most iconic Harbour moment in VCT history, and as a result, Som has been forever tied to the agent. Not in a good way, but sometimes that's just how it goes.
Wait, give me
And the player on the other side of that 1v1 was CGRS, PaperX's content creator substitute who almost exclusively played Gecko. No one expected him to perform to a high level at the tournament, but somehow, PaperX made it all the way to 3rd place.
Them into the trap, triple approach now coming through from Waterfall. Som, no HP, but somehow wins on that fight! CGRS now trying to hold the line, catches one, Ching catches 2, and CGRS will find the 3rd!
He was basically just a one-trick streamer who stepped into the highest level of international competition, but he became an icon for Gecko players around the world, always bringing with him those good vibes.
This is the 1v1. This is for the map. And the series to stay in it. The Pride of Pacific. It's CGRS, the sub-player. A battle for survival. Chichu getting info, spotting out where he is, but he does not know where CGRS is. And it's just mere moments away. The aim cannot be adjusted. PaperX survive.
Deadlock is another agent who hasn't been seen too much in pro matches since her release, but she's made an appearance in a few unique team comps on Bind and Ascent. And at Champs 2024, Heibe from Trace Esports used her to make 2 huge upsets, one of which was against Aspas.
Landed perfectly on him, it will force him out, but he's still standing, hasn't been spotted. They don't know where he is right now, the sensor will get one. And in the meantime, Aspas, he's actually popped the showstopper, but instead, it's going to try tapping it. Knows he needs to get this one to half. Rocket back out, but he's not quite quick enough.
We'll have to see if anyone else can utilize Deadlock to her full potential in 2025. But for now, when I think of Deadlock, I think of Heibe. ISO might seem like just a ranked agent, and don't get me wrong, he kind of is. But Alphayear is one of the players who has given him a chance in a pro game, and it definitely worked.
All in. Oh, they've got punished again! Again they get punished, and he wants more! He's gonna get them! Whoa! Alpha!
Alphayear has been known to have some of the crispiest mechanics in all of the VCT, and so it only makes sense that he would fry on an agent like ISO.
To fight Paranoia is great! Big support, the Dizzy goes up to try and stem the bleed, but he's still going! He's still
is he playing?
He's just going in! Purely Aim Labs, that's a sponsored segment right there from that man.
Clove was another agent that a lot of people thought would only be useful in ranked, but they've seen quite a bit of usage on Lotus. And during EDG's Champions winning run, Smoggy pulled off some insane plays using Clove.
Not opting into this one, they need the guns, but it is just shambolic! Oh, Smoggy! Pure mechanics on display, and he will just rip them all away!
Clove is another agent that relies on confidence and strong mechanics, and we've seen just how good Smoggy can be in both of those aspects over his time on EDG.
In this spot, Defy planting, Medal is used first, lowering them down! Spraying them down!
Vise was announced during Champion Seoul, but it took a few months for the pros to realise just how good she could actually be. But during Masters Bangkok, Chichu has been absolutely destroying teams on her.
Opportunity! Oh, he's still fighting! A huge 1v2! He knows about Leaf! Does he know about Trent still? 7 bullets, 17 HP, and a bit of a dream. But Trent can make this one all but over. All but tears in the rain. Trent trying to call him forward. Chichu, he answers the call!
It's only taken him a few matches to become an iconic Vice player, but we should have expected it from a player who was already one of the best Sentinels in the world.
On the stacks, almost gets caught. Buzz on the entry, however, going to be taken down. Chichu finding 2. Izu also taken out. Meteor falls to the wayside, and Chichu rips him to pieces!
And I'm sure Nats is proud of him. And finally, Valorant's newest agent, Teo. An agent that actually has had a huge impact on the meta straight away. It feels like we're seeing him in every match, even though most teams couldn't even play him until a few weeks before the season started. And if you watch DRX, you will see him in every match, because their new player Freeing has literally not played another agent all season. Freeing has played Teo in every match, but that means he's by far and away the best Teo in the world, and if he keeps producing insane clips like he has been, I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Trying to hold things down over for Waterfall. Flashback trying to stop, get in there on the opposite side. Cannot do Freeing! What just happened? Tap after tap! Freeing shuts them down!
So there we have it, one iconic pro for every agent in the game, at least so far. We'll have to see who masters the new duelist first. My bet is on Jorgamo. If you have any more suggestions for the other agents, comment them down below. But with that, I've been Commend, subscribe if you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.